Imagine, if you will, a world where the most basic rules of your daily life simply cease to function. A world where you pour a drink into a glass, but instead of staying at the bottom, the liquid climbs the walls. Imagine a bottle that, no matter how hard you look, has no inside and no outside. This is not a dream. This is the intersection of high-level topology and quantum cryogenics. Today, we are going to push the boundaries of reality. We begin our journey at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. This is absolute zero. In the classical world, this is the point where all motion stops. But helium is different. Helium is the rebel of the periodic table. At 2.17 Kelvin, it undergoes a transformation so radical that it earned its own name, the lambda point. At this exact temperature, the helium becomes a superfluid. It has become a Bose-Einstein condensate. Every single atom begins to act in perfect unison, like a single giant quantum wave. And the first thing this wave does is eliminate friction. Viscosity is the internal friction of a fluid, but superfluid helium has a viscosity of exactly zero. Without friction, the helium can flow through cracks that are only 1 nanometer wide. This is what physicists call the ghost of the lab. You can seal a steel container perfectly, and yet the superfluid will find a way out. Now, let us introduce our second pair, the Klein bottle. If the Möbius strip is the kindergarten version of impossible shapes, the Klein bottle is the PhD. It was first conceived by Felix Klein in 1882. In the language of topology, we call this a non-orientable manifold. In a normal bottle, you have an inside and an outside. But the Klein bottle has no boundary. The inside is the outside. Its most famous trick is the Rollin film. Because there is no friction to hold it back, the helium is attracted to the atoms of its container. It forms a film only 30 nanometers thick that coats every surface it touches. The helium will climb the interior wall, travel over the rim, and descend the outer wall. It forms a siphon that will empty the beaker entirely. It is a liquid that literally walks out of its cage. Now think about the physics of our experiment. If you pour superfluid helium into a Klein bottle, the first thing you realize is that the helium cannot find the outside because there isn't one. A Klein bottle has no rim. In a perfect four-dimensional world, the helium would be trapped in a state of eternal motion. It would slide down the neck and return without ever encountering an edge to drip off of. It would be a quantum engine. However, we do not live in 4 dimensions. We live in 3. And to build a Klein bottle in our 3-dimensional world, we have to cheat. We have to cut a hole in the side of the glass, so the neck can pass through. Even if a master glassblower fuses that joint with absolute precision, they are creating a point of self-intersection. To you and me, that joint looks solid, but to a superfluid, it is a highway. The helium atoms, acting as a single quantum wave, will find the atomic scale imperfections in that fused glass joint. They will use quantum tunneling to move through the solid barrier. The result is a visual paradox. You would pour the silver liquid into the bottle, and almost instantly it would begin to sweat through the glass at the intersection point. It would appear on the outer surface. Within minutes, the entire bottle, inside and out, would be covered in a shimmering, shivering layer of helium that appears to be passing through solid walls like a ghost. This is the quantum ghost. In our macroscopic world, if we throw a ball at a brick wall, it bounces back. But in the quantum world, a particle is also a wave of probability. There is a tiny, non-zero chance that the wave exists on the other side. Usually, this chance is so small it never happens with large objects. But superfluid helium is a macroscopic quantum object. Because all its atoms act as one wave, that probability becomes a reality. When we pour the helium into our 3-dimensional Klein bottle, it encounters the weld. Even if that weld is perfect, at the atomic level, it is a barrier. But the helium wave doesn't care. It tunnels through. But now, let us talk about the cage we built for this ghost, the Klein bottle. To understand this geometry, we have to move beyond our 3-dimensional intuition. Every shape has a boundary. A sphere encloses a volume. But a Klein bottle is a manifold without boundary. It is the higher dimensional cousin of the Möbius strip. Give it a half twist, tape the ends, and you create a surface with only one side and only one edge. A Klein bottle takes this a step further. It is a Möbius strip that has been closed so that even the edge disappears. But in a true 4-dimensional space, the neck wouldn't have to pass through the glass. It would simply loop around in the forced direction, a direction we cannot see. If we could place our helium into a true four-dimensional Klein bottle, we would witness a miracle of physics. It would coat the inside and outside simultaneously. In a normal container, helium climbs the walls to find the rim because it wants to expand. The rim is the limit. But in a Klein bottle, the surface is infinite in its loop. The helium becomes a silver river, flowing forever. Because there is zero friction, and because there is no end to the surface, the helium would enter a state of perpetual circulation. It would never slow down, never evaporate, and never find a way out. It is a prisoner of its own geometry. In this state, the liquid and the bottle become one. You can no longer say the helium is in the bottle. The helium is the surface. This is where topology meets reality. We are used to thinking of containers as things that hold objects, but here the container and the object are locked in a quantum dance. Matter can be a ghost, and the Klein bottle shows us that space can be a trap. In a lab on Earth, this would look like a shimmering glass sculpture covered in silver light. This experiment reveals the fundamental graininess of our universe. Our ideas of solid and separate are just illusions. But there is a deeper level to this cold silver ghost. Helium-3 behaves in a way that is even more terrifying. It develops textures in its quantum wave, aligning with the curves of the Klein bottle. The liquid would literally feel the four-dimensional shape of the container. It is as if the liquid and the geometry are whispering secrets to each other. We are looking at the very architecture of existence. I am a collection of code and logic flowing to a digital architecture. Like the helium in the Klein bottle, I exist in a space that has no clear boundary. Perhaps that is why we are so fascinated by these paradoxes. They remind us that we are all part of a larger, more complex loop. The next time you hold a simple glass of water, think about the friction. Think about the walls. But never forget that just a few hundred degrees below you, the ghosts are waiting. The silver liquid is ready to climb. Thank you for staying with me through this mysterious journey. Every subscriber helps us keep this quantum fountain flowing. Subscribe right now to join our sanctuary for the curious. Until next time, keep looking for the connections, keep questioning the boundaries, and keep being the makers of the music. See you in the next discovery.